Hi everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is September 21st, and today is the final episode of, let me just get adjusted here. Final episode episode of Yarnclue. And I am the final episode maker of Yarnclue. So before we get started with that, I just want to thank everyone for all the prayers and well wishes for my dad. He is home. We're trying to figure out what will be the new normal for him and for us. He's going to require more care than what he hasn't had to have any. He's been very self-sufficient up till now. So we're working on a new normal and what that's going to be. And so I appreciate all of your prayers and warm wishes um, and patience. Because it's, when you have to take care of elderly parents and you're not used to that, it takes an adjustment. And so we're working on the adjustment. My family has been wonderful, and I'm so proud of all of them. So back to Yarnclue. Um, as I said, I am the final episode. So if you watched all 7, yay for you. And that's where we're at, number 7. Now, remember when I made Rudolph? Now, this is a Jess Huff pattern, and I followed the helpful tutorial by Terry at the Yarnjoy podcast, and I will have, the pattern is a free pattern by Jess Huff, and I will link that. I think it's a blog where you download it. But that'll be linked below. And you already knew that I made Rudolph. But the Jess Huff pattern isn't really for Rudolph. Rudolph is a variation of Dash the deer, and then you can make it into Rudolph. Well, I decided to make Dash the deer into Clarice. She is finished, except for I really want to give her some eyelashes like you put on a doll. Because remember, Clarice does that really nice blink all the time and flutters her eyelashes to Rudolph. And I haven't had an opportunity to go to a craft store to buy any eyelashes. So she is eyelashless, but that is the only thing that's missing on her. So Clarice and Rudolph, and they're both from the Dash the Deer Jess Huff pattern. But this is the object that I made for Yarnclue. Because I had already made Rudolph. Clarice is made from, let's see, her ribbon is Stitch Studio Classic in red. I don't know what it's called. It's taped up. I can't see. It's red. Her brown is scrap yarn. I don't know what that is. Her body is Premier Basics in the color, sure. Let's see. Clippy clips. You know how I love those. The color is called Nutmeg. So her color is Nutmeg. And her body is, or the cream, her face and her belly are Pound of Love. Or no, Care on 1 pound. And it's cream. I don't know if that's the real name, but it's cream. You'll have to bear with me. Now, the problem was I started Clarice with the pattern, and I picked up my 4.5 millimeter hook, and I made her whole entire face, and I introduced her to Rudolph, who ran and hid. And I said, Rudolph, this is Clarice. Come on out. And he said, no,
no, she's scary. I said, she's not scary. She's just not done. And he said, no, she's ginormous. And I said, what are you talking about? And I looked, and Clarice was much bigger than Rudolph because the pattern called for a 3.5 millimeter hook, and I was using a 4.5 millimeter hook. So there was a problem. Rudolph was afraid of ginormous Clarice. So we had to frog Clarice and start over. And now that she's made with the right size hook, they love each other. And that is the story of Rudolph and Clarice. And that is why I had to frog her, because Rudolph and her would not be boyfriend and girlfriend if she was ginormous. Not if he's not afraid of the abominable, but he was afraid of ginormous Clarice. So I did indeed have to frog her. She was made in the living room, because that's where I always crochet, on my comfy couch in the living room, with a 3.5 millimeter hook, not a 4.5 millimeter hook. And now she's done. So now it is up to you as the viewers to follow up tomorrow on the 22nd with Elise from Llama Unraveled video to find out how you guess which one of us really did frog our project and start over. Now you guys know I never frog anything, so you know it wasn't me. Just saying, just throwing that out there. And I've watched everybody's videos. I think I know who done it. Do you? Lucky guessing. Oh, and one more thing. I made these because stuffies are great gifts, and they're not as hard to make as you'd think. Jess Huff's patterns, particularly if you make this following Terry at the Yarnjoy, really not hard. Okay. Say bye. Say bye.